Hello everyone, hopefully you're doing better. Today we're going to continue to work with the HELOC. Yesterday at the two payments of $300 in income and also approximately $2.53 I think in cash reward. That brought the balance down to $55,960.57. So again, I'm operating out of a home equity line of credit off of one of my properties at 9.75% interest. So with today's balance, which was also yesterday's balance, average daily balance of $55,960.57, I multiply that by the interest rate 9.75. I came up with 5,456 divided by 365. And I came up with $14.98 per day. Now, that is the interest that's charged on the HELOC. So now, today is the second day. And what they do is take that $14.98, calculate it, and it's kind of put to the side. And you're still starting from the average daily balance the very next day. So today, which is the next day, I'll run the numbers again and still 14.98.3 as in the per day income. So at the end of the month, for at least 2 days, it's going to be $14.98 per day. If you remember earlier, I started off with I think it was $15.56 per day. Then it dropped down to $15.06, and now we're down to $14.98. So with a HELOC, by putting your money in, you can bring down that average daily balance. Now, I also have a mortgage that I have like at $50,000, and I've seen the interest go down in a month by 93 cents. 93 cents on about $50,000 home that I have left to pay, and the interest rate on that home is 3.75%. So now, as I talked about with this particular HELOC is an interest and a mandated principal. So every month, they're going to calculate these numbers for every day and come up with an interest portion, and then they're going to hit me with a principal portion. Now, it may not be 27.7% next month because it's coming down, but at a minimum, they're going to hit me with the principal that has to be added. Now, I also have another HELOC that I'm just paying interest. They're not requiring a principal, but I may put $10 or $20 on that to bring it down. All right, the due date is 8/1/26. The statement closing date is 8/5/26. This is what's going to be reported to the Bureau, whatever the balance, unless I come up with another $1 or $2 to put on it. Now, I wanted to compare that also to a credit card. So I'm just calling this the Georgia Ace credit card that has a 25% interest rate. So if we take the same amount, $55,960.57, multiply that by 25%, get $1,161.37, divide that by 30 days in a month on average, and that is $38.33 on average. So now with a credit card, they take your balance, the interest rate, and that becomes the next day's principal. So you're paying interest on top of interest, whereas with the HELOC, you're only paying principal on a balance that you owe. And you can see that it's coming down. Now, they can charge you the principal on top of the interest on top of the interest, and that's okay if you pay it off every month and pay it down to zero. But if you don't do that and you're only making a minimum payment, you're paying principal, interest on top of interest on top of interest until you pay it off. So now the next day, we've added that $38.33 into it. The new total, $55,998.90 times 25, which now is $38.36. So it went up 3 pennies because you added the interest on top of the principal. The new balance, $56,037.26. So in this case, if you had a HELOC or against a credit card, then this is what's the difference. Now, the HELOCs have a floor. My HELOCs has a floor of no lower than $399 and no higher than 18%. So even if I get the HELOC, it still is going to be better than the 25%. But again, you're also putting your house up for collateral versus the credit card. It can be unsecured or secured. All right, so to recap, the balance came down on the HELOC. I didn't have any additional income to go in. The balance $55,960 for yesterday average and today. They're going to take those two numbers, 1506 and 1498, and then add them up across the other 30 days. All right, so if you have any questions or more information, you have my email, you have my telephone number, just give me a call and let's talk it through to get you to financial freedom. Have a great day. Bye-bye.